In this universe,
in this galaxy, in this world, beneath the influencer clouds,
over the viral video fields,
off the information superhighway,
there are voices in the digital wilderness, whispering
more opinions.
If you listen,
you will hear. We are here, yeah! And so are you guys.
Yep.
Welcome. I'm the Garbage Man. This is Alex. We're here to entertain you for as long as we feel the need to sit here and do it, or until I need a snack. Usually about the 1 hour mark, we kind of go, think there's a grumble on the tummy.
Yeah, and as Bill Hicks used to say, please bear with us while we plaster on a fake smile and plow through this shit one more time.
And I feel if we're quoting someone, we shouldn't have to pay for it. If we're going on a tangent, when I'm going on a tangent, I feel then I should have to pay. But if you're quoting someone, I don't feel that we should have to pay for those. Oh, I farted. Curses. So
you should have to pay for that.
No, well, we'll see in a minute here. I probably will be paying for it. So, ahoy, ahoy, redneck! Always lovely to see you here. I was trying to think of how to start the show, and I think I want to start with this video that I sent Alex, because I asked if he had shared some, because I send stuff to Alex all the time. I just anytime I find something interesting, I just hear watch this, and decide, hey, if you want to bring something to the show. And he watched these, but I wanted to bring this up because this is such a curious hobby. I guess that's what we'd call it, right, Alex? A hobby?
More of a visual oddity in this day and age.
Okay, I like that. Okay, so we're gonna play this video, and I'd like to get the listeners' opinions, just to hear what they think, because I was flabbergasted. And I'm sure when I play this, you guys have seen this video because it's been going around quite a bit. So let's check this out.
Real life.
You should probably mute this for copyright. Because
we're gonna get dinged now. So, but hey, okay. So we obviously don't need the music, but this is happening. This is like,
it's the modern day silly walk.
So now, albeit that's a heck of a jump. I will say that is a great jump. That says watch the jump at the end though. So I'm kind of like, so now we're doing team galloping. I don't know. I didn't watch till the end. But all right. So Alex,
why? My thoughts are as follows.
All right. I wonder if, like, I mean this and not being a facetious way, but like, were these kids not good at sports? Could mom and dad not afford a pony for them. Like this is the the adage, I think, where it's like if you can't do things, like not all people get to do things. So just because, and I know that we've always heard, you know, you don't have to understand. It's not for you to understand. But I feel that we should be able to ask questions like where this came from, like where it originated, because there was quite a big crowd there watching this. But I would love to know how they got to that point, that they rented a facility, found spectators, found sponsors even maybe, and this is happening. Thoughts?
They're all liberals. They're all demon Democrats who want to steal your children. That's like a Kermit the Frog version of Alex Jones.
But, you know, Tex just kind of went there without me saying it. Tex just went there. Like, this seems like a very hoity-toity. This is the person, I don't know how gym class is in BC now, but in Alberta, they actually had a separate gym class for people who didn't want to take it as serious. Like they wasn't as serious. Yeah. So basically, I didn't understand it. So I wanted to share that with you guys. I figured most people had seen that because it was all over my Instagram and my face. That was a Facebook reel, so it's everywhere. But holy crap! I mean, at least they're doing activities, I guess.
Yeah, they're up and moving around. That's great. At least they're not on their phones for the moment, like old people would say. But there's got to be way more context to it than that. I mean, I don't know. I lost all rational thought trying to understand where that might be going. And Tex, I love your little emoticon thing there. It's great. Looks good.
So there you go. So like, did these people see the guys? Like, I mean, I'm in Southern Alberta. Texas is in. We're in Texas Junior, and Tex lives in real Texas. I've seen the Cowboys practice like roping, like fake steers and stuff. Like they're practicing, you know. So did someone see this and go, "Oh, so this must be a thing that this is how they practice for riding their ponies"? You know, like I don't know. I'm trying to come up with something in my head about why this would even exist.
You know how fitness trainers and instructors are trying to take every kind of physical activity and turn it into a workout?
Fair enough. Yeah.
I think that's what's happening here to a degree.
Well, maybe, yeah.
Because ponies, livestock, equestrianism, it costs money. It is not something you can just go out and do.
Yeah.
So I'm imagining this exists in that world, but why it's happening in, I guess, a rec center, a gym, an arena with people around and perhaps sponsorships and what have you, instead of just a class of 20 on a football field in the summer, is beyond me.
Mm-hmm. So, we'll chase them off just like we did to the Protestants. Yeah. Bloody HD or UHD? Wow.
UHD.
I like to see some red in HD. All right. So, I'm not, again, Alex usually has these ready to go, but I'm not even having it ready to go because we're going to move on now. I just saw a news report coming out of Britain that a bunch of the asylum seekers there have been put into, or they want to put them into a floating barge with living quarters on it. Now, apparently the British Fire Brigade has said that these are a fire hazard. So right away, I'm like, okay, this needs to be shut down. Instantly needs to be shut down. Because if this isn't in case, if this is the case, then it's a fire hazard. We don't need people dying. But then the next thing that they're said in the report was, oh, these people are going to be traumatized by staying here. And it's like, okay, so they're going to have shelter, food. Now, if it was a livable, safe environment, which is sounding like it's not, so it should not be used. But in the case if it were a safe and livable spot, why, if you don't think that's good enough for them, the people who do not believe that, then open up your homes. Maybe some of you have. If that's what you believe, and you believe these people are going to suffer because they're not living in a good condition, then offer your home to them. I think that's a fair statement, I believe. Alex?
Nope. NIMBY, motherfucker. NIMBY, not in my backyard. No, we're going to criticize, but we're not going to do anything about it. Just like 98.5% of people on the internet.
Hey, you got to pay a quarter for that one. Because you said mofo.
Do I, though?
Yeah, because you weren't quoting anybody. You went on a mini tangent.
But don't they say...
Hey! I'm back! Don't argue with the poopy. Pay your quota. That's right. I'm back. And I'm blue, baby. Ba-da-dee-da-da-die. Ba-da-dee-da-da-die. That's better. Yes, I found a blue poopy. Poopy has returned. So, but then that being said, and I can't find the article, but I swear to cow that in this report, there came a report from one of the counselors in Toronto. I couldn't find, I looked, and she made the comment in July that we needed affordable housing for the people seeking asylum. And I couldn't contain myself. I yelled at the TV like an old man. Because we all need affordable living right now. And you're going to say that we need a special affordable living for asylum seekers? I'm all about helping people. But you need to help us, or well, not us, but the Canadians as well that are struggling. If we're going to find affordable housing for migrants, then we need to be finding affordable housing for all the Canadians that are already here then. That's my opinion. And that's everybody. Every Canadian, that even if they're living on the streets, anybody that can't live in a good home or living in squalor because they can't afford a good house, those are the people we should be looking after first. That's not saying we can't help asylum seekers, not saying we can't help immigrants. I'm not saying that whatsoever. So I don't want that taken out of context by what I'm saying. But we have a lot of people in Canada. I'm sure you see, I've seen it more and more in Lethbridge, Prince George. Holy crap. And I'm sure you see it in Vancouver. We have thousands and thousands of people that need help. I believe we need to help them to make sure they have stable living conditions first.
I'd like to parse that a little bit and break it down by way of hypothetical example. Asylum seekers, people who are coming here from, say, war-torn countries, they have more of a need for help getting on their feet, getting basic things like housing and food and utilities, so on and so forth, as opposed to, and this is not everyone, but as opposed to most people who were born here who, and I don't know if the government has this thought in the back of their collective minds of, you're here, now you live here, now you got to make it on your own. We will help you out if you really, really need it. If you've declared bankruptcy, if you've been kicked out, we've got a bunch of social services for you. However, being a natural born citizen of this country, you got to do what you can on your own. People seeking refuge from a war-torn country like Syria, okay, we're come on, we're going to help you first. You know, it's kind of, I think there's a bit of a finer distinction to be made in these particular cases. Here comes conservative Nick.
I'm trying to think how to say this. It's not going to get me written up tomorrow.
Don't say it.
No, I think I can say it because I know there are people here who are working. I know there are families here that are working 2 jobs and can barely keep a roof over their heads. So that's why I'm saying everybody needs affordable housing. Everyone, not just a certain group here and there. Everybody needs affordable housing. Because when the housing is, and I will argue this, and I'll never stop arguing it. If you make living affordable, people spend more money and boost the economy. You know, what was Kim saying? We just bought something the other day, and it was $15 more than what it was. Oh, it was a box of chicken from Costco. Box of chicken cost, what did Kim say? $30 when we first got together. It is now $45. My wages haven't went up $15. Then that's just chicken. That's not everything.
When you're in Texas, look behind you for the shape, because he's going to kick your ass right out of there.
No, I'm not saying we can't help people. I'm not, and that is not what I'm saying. But at the same time, like, we have a lot of issues we need to deal with right now too. I'm not saying these people, you know, deserve to like sleep in tents or need to be stuck in cage. I'm not saying that. But if we're gonna put it out there, if we need more low income housing, then let's do that. That's fine. And I'm fine with that. Instead of have people building houses that are worth like $600,000 here. I'm just saying here. Like, could we not? You would think there'd be a government program by now where they go, hey, look, we'll pay you X amount of dollars. You know, like, we'll pay you the same amount of money, but we want you to build like low income townhouses instead.
Has to be done as a blanket. Yeah, we got to help everyone. Yeah, I can see that too.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that we can't have asylum or our people here or immigrant. I'm not saying it. I've said this before. God bless those immigrant workers, because they're doing jobs that our spoiled white asshole kids. Is asshole a swear word?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you go to school?
Jobs, well, hey, it's on regular cable now, so it's hard to say now, right? So I'm just responding to whatever.
I can't talk trash on immigrants at all. My girlfriend and her parents are immigrants. My landlord, my employers, a lot of people that I know in this city are immigrants. And if we're going to get into specifics, yes, they all legally immigrated here. I don't know that any of them were asylum seekers. So,
but I'm not saying, I have nothing, and I know you're not saying you have anything against immigrants, and I don't either. I've said that. I've seen the jobs that some of them do, like really crap jobs. God bless you. Thank you. Appreciate it. You know,
they gotta stand on the other side of the counter at 7-Eleven and listen to people like me bitch and complain about there not being any quarter-pound big bite hot dogs available, despite the sign saying something to the contrary. You know?
Yeah. So I need to bring this up right now before I forget again, because I meant to bring it up last week. Sorry, we're jumping subjects fast here, but so I saw this New York Times article stating there's an uncomfortable trend growing of men having women on their shows and making them look dumb. I don't know. Did you happen to see that?
I've heard YouTube clips like that, but I don't know about people on shows.
Shows making men look stupid. Find it. But there are shows. Okay, making women look dumb is a disturbing new podcast trend. Okay. This is from the New York Post, August 7th. Oh, wow. This is like freaking today. Oh, wait. June 2nd. I knew it was a little while. So I find, okay, it says, for shame. Okay, of course, this is written by a woman. It says, because I'm gonna jump all over this because yeah, and then here comes the misogynist ass. Sole mio. See, I fixed it. A podcast with hundreds of thousands of subscribers and followers across online platform is stoking the flames of controversy by belittling female guests and making them look dumb. Whatever, hosted by Brian Atlas, masquerades as a dating talk show while delving into gender roles, body counts, and legitimacy of the patriarchy. The podcast team uses social media to seek women panelists who later roast them online in snippet panels requested of inflammatory hot takes. In other words, it's perfect clickbait. Now, I've watched a lot of these clips. And if you don't know what the Whatever podcast is by now, you're a fool. And you're full of crap. You've probably seen the clips. I'm not saying you've listened to a show, but you've seen them. Because everybody saw the clip with Garlac the Destroyer, who said she was a 10. Oh, you did not? I will play that in a minute here. But this is the thing. These women know what they're getting into. And if you listen to these women, they are, this case, to me, what they're doing, these women, they're coming on these shows, they think they're smarter than they are, and they're getting put in their places. That would be the same thing as if me and you went onto the Ben Shapiro show. Because he would make us look, he would make us look stupid.
Yeah. And
we'd be like, but we would be smart enough to be like, I'm not going to go on Ben Shapiro show. You know, even better if I didn't watch the movie. It'd be like me going on a movie or one of Frank's shows and not knowing what movie and being like, yeah, the protagonist, what a guy he was. Yeah. You know, I understand. I like movies. Now, if we were music, I'd go with music, and yeah, I could hang in there. But I don't have the knowledge for movies that you do, or Frankie does, or even Tex does. I mean, I love horror movies, but obviously not as much as Tex, right? So I'm out of my league. These women should know before they even get on the show that they're out of their league. And I like this. Like, it's for shame. You're making them look dumb. They know what they're getting into. They know what they're going on there for. And I think that I get a kick out of the shows. You know, you got women on there who are saying like, oh, they can't find a man. They need to find a trusting man. But she has an OnlyFans where she's like having like sex and stuff on an OnlyFans. And you're like, you wonder why you can't find a good man. Why a man won't, you know, you get your, okay. You know, oh, Jesus, I got gas. What do you think?
I've probably seen a clip or two, but I am completely ignorant of the show itself, so I can't speak too much to it. But I think that's kind of a laugh. Women going on men's shows and being attacked or made to look dumb, as opposed to men creating shows to look dumb all by themselves.
Yeah, it's called Jackass and Ridiculousness.
And Alex and the Garbage Man.
And
the Harsh Truth and the Night Watch. No, I'm kidding.
But we know what we're doing. We're putting ourselves out there.
Yeah, and if I'm going to go on a show, if I've been invited on a show, I will, as the internet says, do my research before going on that show or before even accepting. You know, people still go on Ben Shapiro's show. Oh, wait a minute. I should rephrase this too. 10 years ago, people would still go on Bill O'Reilly's show despite knowing who Bill O'Reilly is and what his debate style argumentative tactics are. They would still go there because they take the time to say, okay, what am I getting myself into? How am I going to be presented? How am I going to come off? So I got to be very measured.
Yeah, you need to be you need to be prepared. And yeah, if you're going to go like on a show, example, even our little show, when we had Uncle Hack on, you watched a bunch of Uncle Hack stuff just to make sure you knew what to expect, right?
And Nick's talking about our old show.
Yes. Sorry. Yes. The old show. But still, you did your homework. That's just what you do. I thought anyways. So, yeah. But I guess I can't find that clip. But yeah, there's been two of them. There's one where her voice, like, she's a big girl. And yeah, when one of the voices turns to Jabba, and then the other one I just saw, it's Optimus Prime. Yeah, she's a big girl. Big girl. Who says she's a 10? But hey, and that's all the power to her. But they bring up interesting. They do, like, I went down a wormhole last night with this stuff. Holy shnikes. I watched an hour of videos of this stuff. And they bring up interesting points. Like, you notice how when there's a, like, they're going about the obesity in women and well, everybody. And they're like, it's funny. You know how if you go on a dating site, which apparently this is what it is, it'll be like there's like a whole section for big and beautiful women. Right, apparently. And the guy's like, there, and I did not check this out, so anyone that uses a dating site can verify this. But the guy's like, if you go on a guy site or the guy side, there's nowhere that says big and handsome. Like, where, when did it become okay to give out this healthy lifestyle? And I mean, I'm a big dude, and I understand that's why I've been exercising. That's why I'm doing what I can do to get myself into better shape. Not embracing it and continuing on a path where, I was going to be over 400 pounds and kill myself. But there's this culture that, where apparently it's acceptable to be obese now.
I think that speaks to be who you are or accept yourself, love yourself, that kind of thing. And fine, freedom of expression, how they say in America, my freedom. So they should have the right to do that. And of course, other people can say, well, what about, fitness and health? And then they've got the freedom to say that. And then the freedom to debate and the freedom to do this and this and this and that. So this is not going to change. It does not hurt us for them to think that they are 10s and live as what we might classify as obese people. It does not hurt us. So why do we care? And don't bring up taxes and stuff.
Nope.
Because
I was not going to bring up taxes. I was
Okay,
not.
right.
Because we all eat unhealthy and do all that stuff. Okay. Because if I'm not mistaken, they don't do the Canadian fitness test anymore.
When was this ever done?
You don't remember getting those stupid things back in school? Like you do a certain amount of sit-ups and push-ups and you get like a gold badge or a bronze badge or, come on, Ryan, help me out here. Well, then again, I'm talking to the most unathletic guy that I know. There used to be Fitness Canada. They used to give you these things in school.
Okay.
For if you did an amount of push-ups and sit-ups and blah, 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 blah. Don't do that no more because it made people feel bad. See, Ryan remembers. You can't do that anymore. You're going to make people feel bad about themselves. And instead of being a wake-up call to go, oh, my God, I can't do any push-ups. Maybe I should lose some weight or take better care of myself. No, because it makes people feel bad about themselves. The most famous thing of body shaming that Joe Rogan, take a shot, will think of endurance run. Yep.
I remember the endurance run.
Yeah. Well, it was the same thing. Was involved in the same program. Bert Kreischer, they had to have intervention with him with fat shaming because he was getting so big. And those guys were like, and he even said, it helped me. It made me realize, oh my God, I'm a pig. I got to lose some weight. Like I'm dying.
Thank you, Beverly, for liking us on Facebook. Greatly appreciated.
But the problem is not taxes. The problem is normalizing it. Hey, I don't know how often you go to a Walmart, and I just say Walmart because that's where I see a lot of this. Zero times. You should do this on a day off. I don't know how close you are to a Walmart. Go watch. Go look. Okay, you might look creepy then. Don't look, but keep track of how many kids you see and how many are obese. Because kids don't play outside anymore. Kids aren't made to exercise. Gym is now an elective. That's the problem. Because people can't do stuff. So instead of being like, yo, like you need to take better care of yourself, it's, oh no, don't worry, little Johnny. We'll get rid of this so you don't feel bad about yourself. anytime it seems in this society where there's something that might build some character, we got to get rid of it because it's going to be hard. It's kind of like coaching. You can't yell at kids anymore when you're coaching. That's why I stopped coaching. Not that it was all I wanted to do, but like I have people who are, getting mad because you're yelling at their kids because they're in the back talking and haven't shut up for 45 minutes. And then when it comes time to play the game, they have no idea what they're doing. And then mommy gets mad because my little football player isn't playing. Why isn't he playing? Because, ma'am, he didn't want to shut his pie hole. And I don't want him getting crushed by that kid over there who's obviously on growth hormone already and will kill him because he doesn't know what he's doing. But don't yell at him. Oh. Like that, and I'm not saying that you need to go Bobby Knight on a kid, but if they're not listening, there comes a point where it's finally like, shut up. But you can't do that anymore. Society has gone soft. That's my opinion, and it's not going to. And I've seen it. My son got an in-school suspension for telling a kid that he sucked at sports. In grade 9, he got an in-school suspension. My son says the same thing. He actually threw away like one of his old like high school shirts because he's like, I don't want to look at this anymore. Because it was like the best time of my life.
Is Tex going to bring up 4 touchdowns in a single game kind of memory?
But and I know Tex like football's so huge here. There is big here too. Like my son got to play on the 2 Canadian football team fields. Like it was an experience for him. But we're raising a generation of weenies. That's what's happening.
What must the military? Oh, I would love to hear that. I bet Tex knows a person or two who's either in the military or retired from.
I know one. I'll ask him when he comes back. What's Tabor? I'll ask him when he comes back what it's like. But then that's the thing. What are you going to do? My drill instructor yelled at me. Well, there's a possibility you're going to be in a war zone. And if you getting yelled at is triggering you, you definitely got into the wrong line of work.
Oh, yeah, because if you get captured by the enemy, they are not only going to yell at you, they're going to strap you to a chair and pull out your fingernails one by one, and they're going to cut you in very small slits with a knife, kind of like the death by 1,000 cuts, and probably break your knees with sledgehammers. Just for starters.
Yep. Exactly. So.
And it's still the same as it was 20 years ago. Nice. And I say nice because I was in cadets almost 30 years ago now. And they weren't easy on any of us from what I can remember. I think Mr. Harker was one of the instructors. I can't remember who else was.
Mr. Porter was as well.
Yes. Good old Mr. Porter. Yes.
Yep. Mr. Porter. So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Nice.
That's pretty awesome. So Brody be touching himself right now. But yeah, and then look at this is a great segue, Mr. Napier as well. Yep, this is a great segue to see like what this generation does now. I mean, this guy looks like he's probably in his 20s, I would say, and this is great because this is definitely, I don't know what this guy was thinking was going to happen. Not this. This is amazing. And we're going to watch it and we're going to enjoy.
What you can do, man, until the police come in. Hey, don't. Hey, nothing you can do, man. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
It's okay. Okay, brother. Okay.
Oh, we don't play that. Like,
that's called whooping your ass.
That's called whooping your ass. Like What do you like? I think, yeah, that's, oh man. Oh yeah, well, I think we've all heard those stories.
Yep.
Now, I don't condone what those guys. Okay, all the reason I don't condone is, I mean, maybe it's their store, so they thought it's worth fighting over, like worth to die for. Like they could be, but still, like, yep, mess around and find out, because yep, exactly.
And it would not surprise me that was the tip top of the escalation, because I bet 10 or 20 times before, leading up to that,
yep,
either that guy or a guy like that stole stuff and just walked out. Like, oh, they're not going to do nothing to me. Well, guess what happens now?
My sister told me a story that I guess one of her employees watched a guy take a pair of sunglasses and put them in his pocket. So she's a smaller woman, and went up to him and said, "Hey, are you going to pay for those sunglasses that you just put in your pocket?" And he looks at her and goes, "What sunglasses?" Picks up another pair, puts them in his pocket, and walks out.
Oh.
There's nothing they can do. What are they going to do? The girl, like Sarah said, she's like, I ain't going to fight some guy over a pair of boots or glasses. Yeah, take them. If they're not going to give us proper security, then that is what it is.
Yeah, and company and store policy dictates to employees that you do not engage.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Gave him what his mama didn't. Well, you got a stick. You can do that to me anytime. No, I'm kidding.
All right. Okay, so the next one. I don't know all the...
Stolen meat. You know what? With the cost of meat,
that doesn't shock me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't... Again, we went to Costco, and $500. $500 for food. And we didn't buy... Like, we bought some bigger things we did buy. Let me think, what did we buy? About some Metamucil. So that was, maybe not a typical purchase. But other than that, we didn't buy, like, clothes or any. That was just food. $500.
Yep. Routinely for me nowadays, and I go to Costco once every 3 months, it's in the $400 to $600 range.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I just like you, I'm not buying clothes, I'm not buying furniture, I'm not even buying multivitamins or protein powder or anything fancy. No fish oil,
Yep.
no omega-3. Food, only food.
Yep.
And $400 to $600, and it's been like that for a good 2 years now.
Yep. So, I can't. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure if this was going to be in a presentation earlier, but I'm just going to show this now too. As I have a question about this. Do you agree? Go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to jump in on what Ryan was saying. Ryan, I think that's about what I spend bi-weekly, and I am somewhat frugal, and I watch what I eat. I have a plan of what I eat, and I'm buying pretty much the same thing week in, week out. And yeah, around $200, maybe $150 on a skinny bi-week. So every 2 weeks, $150. But yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, we're probably about, I'd say bi-weekly. Yeah, we're probably about the 4, because that's 2 weeks. We try to go to Costco every payday. And I also have, my wife is feeding 2 broadbands. So, in fairness, like, that's,
Yeah.
So,
she works herself to the bone so you guys can stay Goodyear size. No.
The fresh fruit, and the price for fresh fruit and vegetables is ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
And that's the thing. And so I will say this, and I know you've done it, Alex. You've eaten clean for as long as I've known you. Like, we'd be drinking whiskey and smoking darts, pretty much, dude. And you're eating like boiled eggs while at a party and drinking water. Yep. And we're all mowing back darts and eating Black Forest cake and drinking, right? But it is that point now. You see why there is obese kids, because it's like, geez, spend $8 on a little thing of grapes, about this big, right? Or I can spend, what is it, $6, I get 4 family-sized bags of chips. You know, and well, it's the choices. Okay, yeah, but still, those grapes going to be gone. Like, boom, right? Like, holy shnikes. Okay, well, I live in potato land, so yeah, it don't cost that much here. But wow.
I went today to a farmer's market in Richmond with my girlfriend and her mom.
Nice.
$250, but that bought quite a bit. I mean, one shopping cart was full, the other was about 1/10 full. But good Lord, that would have cost, I don't know, 15 years ago, half that or so.
Easily.
And on that note, a quick shout out to Ashley, Cindy, and Shirley. I saw them today. It was awesome. I hadn't seen them in a good 15 years, if not more, at least. And
excellent.
Best part is, and you'll like this, just like your son, that concert you went to for Kings of Leon, no pictures, no videos anywhere. It's all in here.
And that's what matters. Yeah. I wish that would happen more often. You know, that's all. Like, I think while I was back home, Sarah didn't even, now that I think about it, my sister didn't even do a big photo dump. She did I think there was 10 pictures she took. Everything else we did is ours. It's just us, which is awesome. That bugs me though. See, so Save On Foods, right? The Brian's comment there. Okay. Well, Chad's is ridiculous. Again, I live in the land of potato, so our potatoes are usually pretty cheap. Save On Foods is a chain. They are a big chain. To me, there's no reason that had cauliflower should be $4 more than Walmart. Maybe $1, maybe $1.50. Okay, you know, I understand. You know, you're not as big as Walmart, but you're still a chain. No matter how you look at it. There's no reason you should be $4 more for a head of cauliflower. And then the next question: who eats cauliflower? Ugh. Seriously.
And more importantly, cauliflower.
Gross.
What?
Yeah. Ew. Next, you're going to tell me you like Brussels sprouts.
So that speaks to why why people still go to places like Walmart, because of the crashingly low price in comparison. And Save On Foods it's a good company, but there's got to be a reason. I bet the distributors or whatever company they're buying from, that's it. Either that or Walmart is strong arming their way in and saying, no, we're going to buy from you at this price per pound, or we're going somewhere else. And the distributor has to say, yeah, okay.
Here is what I think it is. Say a lot of Save On Foods, some of them, if not all of them, are unions. I am a union guy. But if you have a union place, you have to pay those workers a livable wage. Walmart gets away with not doing that.
And Walmart gets kickbacks for corporate stuff. Wow, that came out really dumb.
Yeah, that did. That's something I would say. Hey, you want to not nick that up, and you're the smart guy here, so you want to retry that? Let's go back. Try it again.
Nope.
Okay,
nope.
Right.
Take one. That's it.
That's it. We don't go. Okay, but
we don't do a take two.
But see, so there you go. So once, and that's, I guess it's not as Tex. Does Tex have a big family?
I don't know.
We don't want to dox you or nothing there, Tex. No. But do you have a big family? Because I always thought America was a lot. I know Manitoba, Montana, I guess, isn't as cheap as it used to be. Because lots of people used to go shopping in Montana. We're only an hour and a half from the Montana border. But I guess that the prices are pretty much par now. Okay. And that's what Sarah, I don't think Sarah, like my sister, really goes to Walmart at all. Because she goes up the hill. She does a lot of shopping at Superstore. So, okay, Tax, there you go. All right, so yeah, he's in a house of 5 people, so that makes sense. That's so.
And he's got livestock too, which is great.
Which is great. Yeah, actually, my buddy has someone that he got a quarter of a cow from, and I actually asked him if he wanted to go halfers on a half cow, and about $1,200 a piece. but that's butchered steak. But here, I'll read you what he told me here. Where's Robert? There it is. Let me find it quick. We talk a lot. Okay, so nope. Oh, there it is. Cow. Okay, so for a quarter of a cow, he got 12 roasts, 2 briskets, 52 pack of hamburger, 4 packs of ribs, and 20 steaks or something like that. So
thank God for hunting. Now I'm remembering that comment on the internet that was flamed into oblivion about why go hunting? Why not just buy it at the store?
yeah, right? Yeah. Hey, yo, Frankie.
Hey Frank, which movie you watching for? Maybe I should look at your what's coming up.
No, he's like, yo, I was watching a movie. Instead,
Hey.
no, I was totally not killing the guy and burying him in the dumpster in the garbage. But no, I was totally watching a movie that has nothing to do with that. Well, I don't know why I made him from Jersey. I have no idea, but I like it. It's kind of cool with it. Okay, so I have a question for the viewers that are here right now. So, is this protecting and serving, or is it just hunting? Now, I don't know if these are true. Now, though, if you look at the white one, it says sheriff on the side. So I don't know if someone photoshopped it out or colored it white. But I've seen vans like this. I haven't seen SUVs like this. But I don't know if that's big. You have, but look at that. If they are actually putting those stick figures in the window like that, come on, man, you're bordering on entrapment. Now I realize I'm always one that says, "Okay, come on, like, guys, if you drove the speed limit and weren't a bunch of buttholes, you'd be fine." But I don't know. What do you guys think?
I am in favor of these, let's call them camouflage cars, because for the main reason that if people did not see a clearly marked law enforcement vehicle on the road, if people did not see that, they'd be driving like idiots, which they do. And once they see that vehicle, oh, now I'm going to drive like I'm studying for my license and practicing for the driving test.
Yeah.
I'm in favor of this. Catch people in what they think is their safe element when no one's watching, apparently. American Werewolf in London.
Great movie.
Yes.
Nice.
Very good. Oh my God. The practical effects, amazing.
Yep. Okay, see, now that gets a little ridiculous though, Alex. If what Redneck is saying is true, a ghost car with an N on it, and it's like, come on. That's a little.
No, I'm still in favor of it. You got to catch people when they think they're not being watched.
Now,
in
also,
this particular situation. Also
being said, so I was driving on the highway, and an RC was coming out through them. He was in the median, and I was doing 120 kilometers an hour. Figure that out for you American people. And speed limit's 110. They said they give you 10. Kim's like, cops. And I'm like, no. Because if I hammer on the brakes, there's a good chance he's going to pull me over. Guess what? I did that. Chad Neal know because he and Brody, of course, lives here. That was before McCain's heading to Lethbridge. I did 120 with that cop behind me all the way to Coaldale. And then when I got to Coaldale, I dropped down to 70. No lights, no nothing. But I guarantee you, if I punched on the brakes and slowed down, he would have pulled me over. But yeah, no, I just kept going. I passed the cop coming home. I was doing, I think speed limit was 110. I was doing 115. Drove past him, didn't say nothing.
That's the thing, Ryan. Sorry, Nick, I'm going
to
jump over you. I'm going to jump onto your words, Ryan. So if you know what to look for, that is why the vehicles are disguised, so you can't see it even if you are looking for it. And that's why I am in favor of these camo cop cars, as Tex calls them. I'm in favor of it because in the city in which I live, when there are no vehicles around, people drive like absolute reckless morons, and it frustrates me to no end. So I want those people to get caught. And if this is the only way, so be it. I'm sorry.
Fair enough. No, fair enough. Fair enough.
They don't always give you 10. Did they give you 5 at least?
High five. So yeah, I just thought that was interesting. And don't get it twisted. I'm that guy too, that I don't drive at an exorbitant speed. Like I'm not going to do 130, 104. I'm usually 5 to 10 over the speed limit.
I'll go 5, but 10 for me is pushing it. I've not gotten pulled over doing 10 over 15, 20. Yeah, especially on a highway. Absolutely.
And then when you try to bribe an officer with Doritos.
They're good Doritos.
I thought so. He didn't think so, though. He disagreed with you.
I know. He was wrong.
Oh. Now, that being said, there is like, I don't know how much driving you've done in Alberta, but yeah, we have pretty long straight stretches. Like, we have some highways, like there's the old 513. It is, no word of a lie, okay, I'm not going to lie because I can't remember. It is a straight highway. Has a couple like whoops in it, but it pretty much from Highway 36 to Highway 877 is, I'd say 30 kilometers straight. Like straight. Now, I'm assuming that's because somebody was sick. Because that's a little overkill.
That's a little excessive. I bet you made it there in 50 minutes or so.
Always heard the rumor.
Sorry, go ahead. You always heard the rumor?
The rumor that like I won't dox him here, but apparently the record was done by a gentleman 45 minutes in a Fiero.
Oh. That sounds about right. Yeah.
And that's how fast he was going in the Fiero.
Yeah.
So that's the rumor I'd always heard. I heard it was set by a Mustang at 50. And then I heard that a Fiero did it in 45. And knowing how much the guy was into vehicles and driving and blah, 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 I would not be shocked at all if he did it. If you want me to tell, I'll tell you after we get off the air who it was. So
I'm pretty sure I know.
Yeah? SK?
I think so.
SK?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And not Big Red. No, no, it's SK, but not no. Okay. See, there you go. There you go. I can see that in Johnny's Vet. Yeah, I can see that in Uncle Johnny's Vet. Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Is the Saddle Dome in Calgary?
Whoo! Yeah, and that's
okay.
So that's 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 20 minutes of, I'd say 2:15 doing 120. Last call's at 2:00. 11 minutes.
80 miles per hour. Yeah. And what's miles per hour to
I mean, that's like $1.30.
Yeah.
Hey, Siri, how much? 85. Shut up. 85 miles per hour is how many in kilometers?
Okay, I found this on the web. For how much 85 miles per hour is how many in kilometers? Check it out.
136 kilometers an hour.
Whoa.
That's fast.
Yeah. What's the distance between Tabor and Lethbridge?
43 kilometers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And there's also a speed trap in there going to Coaldale. Like you're down to 70. Down to 50, sorry. So whoever did that, like, that's humping on her. That is humping on her. Wonder, can you message me who that was? I'm curious. It's a 52 to downtown, but I think it's 43. I was always told it's from the outskirts of Tabor to 43rd Avenue is 43 kilometers. So either way, half an hour. So you say 100. So they're almost doing 200K, whatever vehicle that was.
Ooh,
because you think about it, like when I was trucking, like 100 kilometers an hour would get you is about an hour. and be about 50 kilometers, about 100 kilometers. So ballpark-ish, McGillicuddy. So.
And before I forget, if they're still, I know Tex is still here. Thank you, Tex. If Frank, if you're still here, if in October, if you have a Monday free, if you would like to come on with us, with or without Tex, I don't know what y'all's schedule is going to be like in October, but one of those Mondays, we're going to talk nothing except horror movies. And I'm talking all kinds of horror movies, foreign films, 80s slashers, the classics, extreme horror films, which I want to discuss with Tex, and yeah, just everything horror. Don't know which Monday, but a Monday in October.
It's funny. So a certain greaseball that we used to hang out with, he got a speeding ticket in McCloud Lake, and then I got another one 25 minutes later in Bear Lake, same trip.
Yep.
I was there for that one. I don't know if you were there, but I was there.
I don't think I was but I heard about it.
I was there. Yep. Yeah. So, because the guy said to him, and he said, "Any speeding tickets lately?" And Kev's like, "Actually, yeah." And the cop's like, he's like, "Yeah, I got a recent one." And the cop's like, "Yeah, like 20 minutes ago." Yeah. I love when I see stuff like this. It makes me giggle just to think where we thought when you watch shows like the Jensens or the Jetsons, and you're like, man, we're gonna be like so awesome, right? Like, and then this is us now. Oh. This is the world we live in. This is the world we live in. So, hey, you want to talk about world we live in and being scary? So I have Snapchat, and I actually recently, I really just use it for talking to my niece now because she's on it too, right? And I didn't clue into this, and then I get a random ad from a person, and I always ask, like, do I know you? Like, blah blah blah, and like this one girl's like, well, no. I'm like, okay, well, what can I help you with? And she's like, oh, just looking for people to chat with. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll bite. Like, okay, like, how old are you? Blah, blah, blah. I always ask, first question. I'm 16. I need to go. So I deleted her immediately. But then I'm going
to go have a seat over there.
And then my gut just turned. I'm thinking, like, my niece could do that. Just randomly add some person. And, right, it's terrifying. Terrifying. I just, but I'm pretty sure that my sister checks her Snapchat regularly. So
there were a few comments. Well, one comment left on 2 shows we did in the recent past on your Facebook page.
Yeah.
Some pretty hot women.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
Geez. Well, when you're the lead singer of Another Simple Solution, that just happens.
No.
Yeah. No. They're not bots at all. They're real women, and how dare you say they're not?
Uh-huh.
Who do you think you are? How dare you? Your jealousy is oozing everywhere.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Wow, how dare you? Okay, good. I'm glad you fixed that because I was about to call BS. Because, like, the solo is what, like 3 minutes long? Hotel California solo.
You ever tried to play the bass line for Hotel California?
Sounds pretty easy.
Yes and no.
630, single version 608. It sounds 251. Okay. Sounds, I mean, okay, and I'm saying this as a guy who plays like punk, and it's punk's pretty simple.
Oh yeah.
Like it does, I've heard, I mean, it sounds like it could be like kind of moving pretty good. We're gonna check something out after when we get off the air. You need to listen to the isolated bass for Ramble On. Oh my geez.
John Paul Jones.
Not enough people talk about John Paul Jones, and it's a travesty. Yeah. For what he did for that band, it is a travesty that people don't talk about him more.
Yeah, not just bass, but keyboards as well.
That's what I was saying. Like to watch them at the last big show they did there when they reunited and Bonzo's kid played the drums. Like the whole Kashmir sound is him on keyboards. It's amazing. And the mandolin, like, yeah, everyone talks about the other three. No one talks about John Paul Jones enough. Not enough at all.
Yeah, and I love me some John Entwistle from The Who, rest in peace. But John Paul Jones, wow.
I have a song for you guys. I heard it last week. I'm just writing it down. All right. I guess I could have just done that, but it's yeah, so I believe that. I believe that YYZ. Gosh. I don't know, Cliffs at Dover is kind of wow. YYZ? No. Oh, and Brody, that band that covered Rush was amazing. I was fortunate enough because I knew because they did the YYZ, they did the Rio version where the guy went on the big Neil Peart solo. I went to the back to watch so I could sit close to him and watch. Wow. He hit every sound because he had all the pads. It took those guys, I took them a good half an hour, 40 minutes to put the drums together.
Yeah, to not only set up the kit, but to test the sound.
And then to pick up the drums. It took 4 of the guys to pick the drum up and put it up on the stage.
Oh.
Yeah. So, all right. So, we're getting to that time. What do we got? You got any stories you want to ramble out before we come on? Hey, look, Brody, I got a new poop. This one's a blue. Now I was thinking, has anyone ever had blue poop? I've had green poop, purple poop, but and now I did technically say that, and I agreed with you. Cover, because a tribute, you sound exactly like the band, singer included. So, but they were very good. They were very good. So.
There is a video that I watched on YouTube recently that I'm going to share.
Okay.
Okay. And Tex, I'm not ragging on you. I'm just saying. How False News Can Spread by Noah Tavlin. And this is from the TED channel. This is fascinating. I love this. So if anyone wants to just get a basic idea of how in one instance false news can spread, please watch this video. I'm not saying this is how all false news spreads, but it just gives you an idea of how it can spread. Everyone's free to believe what they want. That's fine. I'm not digging into that. So there's that.
What was that called again? I was just about to write it. I was just about to type it out here.
How false news can spread. But you do like to plaster it on the internet, right? You should bring it up on tomorrow's show. Just as an aside, red poop.
Okay, there we go. I will. Oh, you mean like this poop? It was red? That's right. I'm back. Red poop. Okay, so I got that. All right. All right, what else we got?
Oh. We have this. Stupid people. I'm not going to dignify this with an intro or even a title.
Okay.
So I put detergent in my water every single day, and let me tell you why. But don't worry, I just put a pinch. Okay, but why am I drinking it? Let's get to the important stuff. It's great for hormones.
Citation needed.
balances testosterone
Citation needed.
and estrogen. It's a powerhouse anti-inflammatory.
Prove it.
Yep.
Specifically the ones that go after breast cancer, obesity, diabetes, insulin resistance, the list goes on. Oh, and lung cancer, heart disease, depression, and more.
Okay.
Is she a doctor? I wonder.
Before we even go on, Jolene.
How you doing, Jolene?
Jolene.
Great to see you.
Yeah. Now, if this person were at least in a doctor's office, it didn't have music going on in the background. Maybe she had like Law and Order's theme song going, or Doogie Howser or something. But yeah, I don't take medical advice from someone sitting on their porch unless I'm about 7 or 8 rum and coke deep and we're really philosophizing about life. So yeah. I don't know why that popped me so good. Oh, Brian. Oh.
Boron is totally essential for your body to absorb magnesium, calcium, and it prevents vitamin D deficiency. Basically, it prolongs the amount of time that vitamin D and all your other minerals stay in your body in the actual useful.
So did you say that before or after you used Homer's gun to shoot the makeup on your face? Just checking.
Form. And since it's such an anti-inflammatory.
Okay. What's with the snaps? Like, you've had to have seen Redneck Tammy, right? Where she goes, "Hey y'all, how's it going?" Have you ever seen Tammy?
No.
Okay, I'll find a video. I think she's hilarious. But she's doing these weird camera cuts. Like, it's almost like every time she's like, "Okay, I need some more bull crap. What's more bull crap? Okay, ready? Go." And she comes, like, every time she comes back and forth. It's a weird thing. You haven't sat on horror.
It's amazing for arthritis, osteoporosis, and amazing for teeth and gum health. There was actually a huge study done in 2013 on the teeth and gum health, actually. And obviously, it's great.
Whoa, where's that study cited?
Like, oh my God, don't ask me to show you. Do your research, okay? But
Yeah.
cereal.
I'm not going to show my work. You have to go find it for yourself. Okay,
Yeah, like,
I will.
I know where to find it. You don't worry about it. See, that's what they do. And then they just yell over the other person.
Yeah, and apparently they're right when they yell over the
For
other.
your gut health. You're absorbing minerals, you're getting electrolytes. We'll go over the salt and the baking soda later. But right now, I'm just here for the Borax, and I'm going to just keep drinking my detergent because it was never supposed to be marketed as detergent. It did once a certain family with a lot of ties found out it was a little bit too powerful.
A certain family, which for some reason she will not name, that then we go down the conspiracy rabbit hole, and it's probably going to lead back to it was the Jews, which
the
it isn't.
Bilderbergs.
Stop. Stop. Stop.
Hi.
Are you done? Okay.
Wrong.
Wait, one more, because it's so awesome. Where is it? Wait a minute. All right.
Come on, man. Get a life.
Oh, wow.
I hope Dr. Mike puts out something very soon that disproves everything this person is saying.
Wow. That.
And then after that, they had to put detergent.
Wow.
So when we talk about medical misinformation, sorry to jump over you.
No, you're good.
This is an example of what we mean because particularly maybe there's something to what she's saying, but she's not citing her sources.
And also on top of that, this is like the whole discussion I've told many times about the guy in the NDP leader. So we see this, okay, we, and the collective we, as in us and our viewers, see this. And I believe that for the most part, we are, pretty smart guys. We do dumb stuff, but, we know we're not going to drink borax. We know this. But let's just say, like, that little worm gets out, somebody says something. You wouldn't believe I saw this video while I was watching the guys talk, and this woman was all about borax. Like, she says she drinks borax. And someone else that maybe is sitting close hears this, doesn't do any research, goes, oh, and one, doesn't go look up any sources, or two, just goes and finds this video, and she's like, oh my God, this girl's onto something. That's how it spreads. That's exactly how it spreads. And that's what the whole, like the video you shared. I actually got it right. I'm going to watch this after. It's the false news, spreading false news. That's what this is. I haven't said his name yet this show. I don't know if I did last show either, but the whole when Jim Jeffries talks about how his son isn't vaccinated, and his wife, like, she's like, well, Hank's not vaccinated. He's like, this is gonna take up a bunch of my time. And he's like, how would you even? And she says, Jenny, and he's like, don't you dare say Jenny McCarthy. The McCartney. Don't you dare say it. And she's like, well, her son has autism. And he's like, does he really have autism? Like, does he really? Or is he just Jenny McCartney's kid? Like, we weren't expecting a member of Mensa to fall out of her, right? Like, and he even says, he's like, she's a Playboy playmate and a comedian. Two of my favorite things. But I'm not going to get my medical advice from Jenny McCarthy. Ugh.
But remember, you saw in the video, it's at the beginning of the video, she takes like half a pinch and dumps and drops it in. So it's not like she's pouring in a cup or anything.
Yeah. But also, that being said, do we actually see her drink it?
We do not.
We do not.
No.
So
she's not putting her money where her mouth is.
Insert joke there. And there.
We watched the joke, all minute and 25 seconds of it.
Yeah, no doubt. So, wow. Okay, let's keep on rolling, sir.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I can't wait to see the girl in the blue get her butt kicked again.
Yeah.
Every time. I'm just like,
Partial ppm of borax versus water. Oh, very good. Very good. Something that she did not bring up. She just, grabbed what looked like a random bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's if we're going to be scientific and cite sources, we got to have a ratio. Oh, God. The amount of stuff that is ascribed to George Soros, which I think is just wrong, is way too much. Because I listen to the Knowledge Fight podcast, and they play clips of Alex Jones. And what Alex Jones says about Soros funding lawyers and judges the country over,
yeah,
it's stupid. And all he does is he says it. He doesn't back it up in any way, shape, or form.
No, it's just because nobody called him on it till really recently, and now he's paying for it, literally. Oh, God, here it goes.
Hold on.
Here comes the brain pan.
Listen to all right, so war in the chat, Casey versus Frank. And go. Special referee text.
Hey, that's not fair. Casey's special. Doesn't he have an advantage in?
He's so special. Oh, you pat him on the head. You met him in person. Oh, nice.
Hey, Tex, what's going on? Oh, put me on. I'll tell him the frogs are gay.
How you doing, brother?
All right. Sorry. Don't overreact up there.
Wiley's cover photo. Ooh, nice. Now,
Which
photograph.
photograph?
Is that Nickelback's photograph? No, it couldn't be.
Or Ed Sheeran's? You did not ask me that, Brody. I'll bring up more YouTube.
Oh, that's one of those sly burns that people from the 18 and 1900s would just have at the top of their mind. And they would just slide it in there, and it would just completely destroy whoever they were talking to. This is one of those. Good for you, Frank.
I approve.
Oh, the Def Leppard. Okay. Def Leppard did a song called Photograph?
Yeah, good tune.
Okay. All right. I'll believe you.
Okay, I believe you. Tipping the dentist and the body in my... Okay, I believe you. There we go. All right.
So we were talking about Costco earlier. There was an exorcism performed at a Costco.
I can't wait.
Was that awesome or what?
That was amazing.
Called The Hard Truth. Wow, original. Bad. Oh no, that's a good idea. Yes. Do almost the exact format that Frank is doing, but flip it, and then give horrible reviews. Excellent idea. I'm all for it.
Yeah, but it's got to be totally like, you got to make sure you speak in your cadence and everything. We got to make sure this is like the complete opposite of the polished machine that Frank's is. We need this to be a real turd, Casey.
I want to show up too. I don't mean to badmouth Jeremy. I like Jeremy. I want to show up as Jeremy. No, sorry. I can't do that. I like Jeremy too much, but I think it'd just be a great, I don't know, anything to Frank's show.
I like how there's like 3 different conversations going on in the chat right now. Like I'm having to keep up with everything right now.
Well, we got 3 people who are usually part of Derailed, so I'm not at all surprised.
Awesome. Okay, so do we have our picture for the dumb people who try to move stuff?
Yes, I got 2.
Okay.
But I need the time to pull them up.
Puma my pants. Get it?
Stop.
That was good. How dare you? Get it? Because Puma my pants?
Shut up. That bitch is crazy. She is in Merca. I'm pretty sure. I'm not going to put 100% on that, but I'm pretty sure that's just an average American.
Merca! Cute.
Okay. So things you should not try and move in a vehicle. Number 1, that is a Civic. Board and batten vertical.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. That's
and the other one,
amazing.
An elliptical in a trunk.
Like, oh, wow.
You got to know a friend with a pickup. You've got to.
Even if you don't know a friend, okay, yeah, you have to, because there's no hitch on that. Like, you pay the $50 for a moving company to move it for you.
It would cost more than $50 in this day and age.
You think so? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, duh. Duh, my bad. So, wow. Unreal.
Oh,
Unreal.
but there was another Karen I wanted to share with you.
Okay.
This I don't know how this happens in this day and age. You can try, but I don't think she'll get to the border, and the people on our side will say no.
Hard
No,
pass there, boy. Yeah.
You kind of have to chug maple syrup in order to get in here, and y'all don't do that. Home Depot rents really nice looking cargo vans in this day and age. Not a sponsor, Tubes.
So you can hook us up with a sponsor.
All right. This speaks for itself.
Hey, Facebook. I'm looking for a job today. I'm at Starbucks. I never treat myself to Starbucks since the post office got rid of me. I barely treated myself to Starbucks when I was working there. I couldn't afford it. Trump is coming. I'm showing my titties. I have somebody across from me that's showing his too. I'll post his picture later. It's hilarious. You guys have got to see this. Anyway. Wish me luck. I'm going to the post office for a job. They will never recognize my picture now. They could put me on the FBI wanted list. Have a good day. I'm going to have me a Nakai refresher. Okay? If you want if you want what this stuff is, and if you've never had it, you got to come down to Starbucks. I'm off of Mississippi and 225. Okay. Stay tuned. It's going to be candid camera, lights, camera, action today. They'll never recognize me. Have a good day.
I believe she needs meds. I believe that she is sick and that her friends should be concerned for her. Shalom.
Oh, I forgot. Thanks to Amanda for giving us the idea for the people trying to fit stuff into their vehicles.
Yeah. Because, wow. I can't believe how many pictures there are. Yeah. Geez.
Yeah.
You picked up on that really quick, Case.
Wow. Casey, you should start your own show.
Yeah. About how you put Game Boy games up their butt.
What?
You heard from last week. That was my idea. I like the micro ones because the old school ones, they hurt when they go on my pooper.
Tales from the dumpster.
Kay's like, this one's pretty spacey, actually.
You know, Tales from the Dumpster could be the name of an homage to an 80s slasher movie where a homeless guy who lives in a dumpster kills rich suburban moms. Yeah, we'll film it in 16 millimeter. Huh?
Keep going, because I got an idea too.
I think that's all I got. I'm gonna pitch that.
How about this? Okay. Tales from the Dumpster, but it's this guy telling stories of all the crazy stuff he's seen on the streets. Okay. And then the huge twist, which people might see coming, like he's telling this story to say like another person. All this story. It's all laid out and it's a crazy. And then it's kind of like Usual Suspects, where she puts it all together and it was him that was killing everybody. And just as she figures it out, the knife comes across.
We got it. Yep.
We got the sequel and the first. Man, we got two already.
We're going to crowdfund this one, and we're also going to have Frank and Tex and Casey and you and me. We're all going to write the script. We're going to have a Google Drive doc where we just add stuff.
Add random stuff to it.
Yes. Frank, Tex, a really good aspect to an extreme horror film is who you've got in practical effects and makeup. You've got to look for someone really good. I mean, really, really, really good. And hopefully you know of one or you can find one. And yeah, you'll end up in prison because it'll be just like Cannibal Holocaust, where people thought it was real, so they hauled the director in.
Yeah, I remember that.
Court.
Yeah. Oh, Casey.
This woman did more than one. Do you want to see the other video?
Yes.
Okay. Which is great because we got 10 people watching right now.
If she's still in blackface or brownface, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And thanks to the King of Alberta, Richard Alberta, for liking us on Facebook. Greatly appreciated.
Thanks, Junior.
He's got to be the King of Alberta. Why else would his last name be Alberta?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's just it. I think I agree with that.
Yeah, the logic is there.
And if you want to, okay, and this is gonna, okay, I'm gonna say this is gonna sound so bad. I gotta explain the beginning though, because when I first met Junior, I'm like your last name's Alberta. So then I started thinking. I remember thinking this long and hard. I'm like, okay, now we've often heard like a lot of African American people have the last name Smith, because that was a lot of them were slaves, and that was they just took the last name of their slave owner. And I'm like, I know Dad. I call Jerry Dad, his dad, because he worked with us too. Like, they're white as sour cream, so it's not like they like, and they're from Ontario, so it's not like they were in Alberta slaving, like, and they picked up like, we don't have a last name, we're just gonna call you Alberta. You know what I mean? Like, it was such a random, like, maybe they were a family with no name, or maybe it really was just like in Robin Hood Men in Tights, where it's like, used to be shit house, good change. Well.
You're a horrible person. You're literally doing blackface.
Yeah. Thank me later.
In the middle of the store.
Lester Holt did whiteface. Nobody said shit. Where's your pride section? I need to know.
We're past.
Oh, I thought they were celebrating this and they took our flag forever. No, I was wrong. My bad.
Pause. When was the rainbow our flag? I'm assuming because she's going on about pride, so I'm guessing that she means that's what she's grumpy about. Because the only thing I remember with rainbows when I was a kid were Lucky Charms. Because she seems about my age, like she seems like 40s or 63. Like,
no, you know what she needs is a little pinch of borax.
Maybe the borax. See, she didn't
even her out.
Yes, she doesn't have the borax in her life, and that's what the problem is.
Well, you got to look at the bright side, hey Tex.
Like, yeah, hey man, I was thinking, like, I got something she could rub that out with, but I mean,
petition for her to start an OnlyFans.
There you go.
I just take pictures. Join me. Post it on my Facebook, please. My Facebook friends love it.
What's your Facebook?
That's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my whole life.
Well, yeah, I want your Facebook. Like, why do we not have this woman's Facebook? I feel like this would be an interesting watch. Is there a link or anything to her Facebook? Like, I'm serious. Like,
nope.
Shaz butt. Okay, well, crap. I kind of feel like I need to seek her out and check out her Facebook.
And then send that link to Tex, because he's got to get himself another wife.
Yeah. Wow.
Or a babysitter at the very least.
Yeah. Babysitter. All right. You got anything else you want to share with the kids?
I was listening to the latest episode of the Friendly Atheist podcast, and they had mentioned something about people on the internet discussing Beyonce's penis bulge. That's 3 words you've probably never heard before in your life.
I have not.
I tried looking for this. I couldn't find it, but I don't want to look at the bulge. I want to look at the thread, the conversation of people who think that Beyonce has a penis bulge. This is endlessly fascinating to me.
I actually saw an interview, maybe people have seen this, with Lady Gaga, and she was on Anderson Cooper, and she had the best answer for it because he says to her, like, what do you say to your critics that think you might have a penis? She's like, and if I do? And he's like, well, that's just what people say. She's like, yeah, who cares what I have in between my legs if I have a penis or not? Like, what does that matter? What would that do affect anybody whatsoever?
Yeah.
You know, like, and not a truer statement has been said. If she does have a penis, who cares? Because I'm there, like, people can say what they want about Lady Gaga. That woman can sing.
And she can act too,
And,
because
yes.
I saw House of Gucci recently.
Oh, okay. I haven't
Good
seen
Lord. She is sexy AF in that movie.
Kim really liked her in the season she was in American Horror Story.
Haven't seen it.
Mm-hmm. So,
you know, I realized something recently. You know, you've been to the mill in Mackenzie, I imagine, a time or two back in the day when you were a kid. Did Dad ever bring you to the mill?
All the time. Well, I worked out there too, but yes, all the time.
So you walk into the, I guess, the break room, and of course there are pictures of women all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And it dawned on me when I was on the show with Tex, which you can find on the Harsh Truths show, the review for Clue, and this was a few weeks ago now. Geez, time flies.
Yep.
That in a job such as that, it can be kind of hard to keep one's spirits up. But then and I can't remember how I worded it on the Harsh Truth, but I was telling Tex that we have pictures of boobs because it's good for our mental health. So mental health was a thing back in our dad's days at the mill, because they always had something to look. They had two things to look forward to when they went into the break room. So Tex, there you go. We're not keeping misogyny alive and well. We are bettering our mental health. I
mean, I always found it interesting. I mean, things have changed, right? Of course, like the way men and women view each other now, it has changed, and there's always been a bit of a double standard on that. And I remember this going on in high school, because back when I was in school, my locker, I had pictures of Sonny and Sable all over it because they were huge, right? And I remember, I think it was, I won't dox her, but this young girl, oh, you're a pig. Oh my God. Like there was no nudity, but they're in like bikinis and stuff. And I walked by her locker, and she's got pictures of Pac and LL Cool J, and none of them are wearing shirts. But that's cool. That's fine. Well, they're not naked. Neither were any of the pictures I had. They're all covered up. But, it's that double standard. Like, so anyways, everybody loved boobs. Hooray for boobies.
Yep. Boobs forever.
I agree.
God.
All right. Music, right?
Yeah.
I've heard this song before and I kind of forgot about it, and then I heard there's this awesome drummer that I listen to. He does covers. He's unbelievably fast, and he did a cover of Slipknot's Forte, Nero, Nero Forte, Forte, and I love the song. I forgot how much I liked it, and yeah, off their We Are Not Your Kind album. And I should find that drummer so I could tell you to check this guy out. So, do you have another movie, or did you? You didn't say a movie. What movie would you like to?
Before I go to the movie, there is a song that I'm going to recommend as well. Sorry to steal your thunder.
No, that's no thunder whatsoever.
So, because I love listening to death metal when I'm in the gym, I found this really cool song. It was part of an EP by a one-woman Argentinian death metal person. The name of the band, which she's not doing anything with that band anymore, but you can still find her music. Aryana, which is Arya, that's the first name. Aryanna is the second or last name. The name of the song is Drowning in Rotten Corpses. the version that I found was on Brutal Music 666's YouTube page, and it was part of the EP. And for whatever reason, the drums were turned up pretty loud in the mix. Usually in a death metal song, the guitars take precedence. In this one, the drums take precedence, but that's not a detriment to the song. As a matter of fact, I think it helps the song. So Ariana, Drowning in Rotten Corpses. And of all the movies that I watched in the past week, this one really stood out to me. If I can find it. I got to do it in a new window, rather as opposed to a damn tab. Okay.
Get it figured?
Almost.
Almost.
No.
No.
Okay. Here we go. All right. So this one is from 2004. It's called Satan's Little Helper. Now, you look at the rating,
I like the poster.
5.3. Yes. Yeah. And the mask that the antagonist wears looks exactly like that. 5.3 out of 10. So you wouldn't think it's a great movie. It's decent. And the reason I say that is because the main actor, he's a young actor. He's only done one other role. He was a great pick for the role. So great on the casting choice. And the director, Jeff Lieberman, I'm not too familiar with what he has done over the years. He was born in 47, so I don't think he's doing much anymore. But he did... Oh, no, I'm thinking of someone else. Yeah, but for being a low-budget film, it's filmed very well. I mean, the Steadicam is very good. It helps move the story along, and the story does not drag. There's enough going on with the story that it'll keep you entertained throughout. And Amanda Plummer is in it too. So Satan's Little Helper from 2004. And Texas CNET, right on. Great.
Of course he has. All right. Well, I have nothing else if you have nothing else.
I think that's enough for now.
Well, guys, thank you. It was a great show. Oh, an hour and 40 minutes. Wow. We should ramble about a lot of crap. But
yes.
Thank you.
But
go ahead, Alex.
Yeah, we thank you all for being here, especially Casey, Richard, Brody, Frank, Alma, Beverly, Big Red, Tex, Bolo, Chad, Ryan, anyone else I forgot, I apologize. And people who we haven't seen in a while, who we hope are doing well.
Nope.
Really, Hanama, Overseer, Penny, Trish, Jen, Corey, both Trevors, Jolene, and a shout out to Gareth, and a special shout out to my good friend Amanda, no, not that one, different one, who is celebrating her birthday today. Thank you all so very much. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Tex. Thanks, Frankie. So remember, guys, love each other, especially like keep saying in these crazy times. And yeah, listen to music, watch movies, eat well, and enjoy your life. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight.
Yes, and meet up with your friends when you can, because you never know when you're going to see them for the last time. And I'm so glad that I got to see Ashley, Cindy, and Shirley today. Thank you all very much. And think before you say something, think before you do something, as a wise old man told me many, many times in my youth. And I think that's all.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, that is. Thank you very much. Take care.